I wonder how our friend Ted Nugent out there on Spirit Wild Ranch in the hills of Texas somewhere in a bunker, I wonder how he's dealing with all of this because he's getting ready to go on tour. Well, at least I don't know how that's going to work anymore. Ted Nugent joins us now on the phone. Uncle Ted, God bless America. Welcome to the show.
You betcha. God bless truth, logic, and common sense. By the way, I hope everybody knows that starting right now, according to the Motor City Madman, that when you lash out at someone, that's a new cultural colloquialism that means truth, logic, and common sense is inevitable. Dana Lash, I love your truth, logic, common sense, we the people celebration, and the Nugent family is with you every time you open that mouth of yours. God bless you, woman.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. How are you all doing? Because are you going on tour still? I was hearing that Live Nation was canceling some dates, and I was wondering what's going on?
Well, I tour every summer. In between hunting seasons, it's my job.
Yes.
I think since 1958, I've rock and rolled my ass raw every summer. It's like after the fishing turkey season, after we go fishing and kill turkeys and kill bears, after the spring celebration, which, by the way, I think, to keep things in perspective, I think that my job as Ted Nugent is to bring positive spirit and glowing energy to an otherwise cluster-whacked condition. And all I can say, Dana, is we will get into the gory details, and you're doing a great job. In fact, boy, I have some real heroes out there, from Tucker Carlson to the guys and gals on the Five, and most of the people over at Fox there. Thank God for truth, logic, and common sense. But let's keep it in perspective. I'd like to start out by saying, from the Nugent family, happy springtime.
Yes.
We're doing just fine. We don't scramble to go to the store for toilet paper because we got plenty of that stuff. You know, I'm 71 years clean and sober, and I've never been short of at least 3 months worth of toilet paper. Call me radical. So let's keep things in perspective here. Yes, it is a horrible situation. Real or otherwise, is yet to be determined, quite honestly. We know that the condition's real, and we pray for our fellow Americans and people around the world. But I got to tell you, Dana, alteration in the Nugent lifestyle since COVID-19 erupted, zero.
I was going to say,
have not changed
you live that life.
Anything that I do. Yeah, I do. We got unlimited water. When I graduated from high school, I don't know how I managed that, but I did. My instinct as a guy raised in a hunting family where you understand where your food, clothing, shelter, medicine, tools, and weapons come from. It comes from nature. And so I've always been a pragmatist, and of course that's what guided me to be clean and sober all my life. Maybe I'm the only guy who's been clean and sober for 71 years, so logic doesn't confuse me. But I've always been prepared. I've always lived on property since I could first purchase property back around 1970, where I had water, unlimited fish, unlimited meat and the critters that run around my land, unlimited firepower, just because I love to shoot, but I don't want to just have enough ammo for this afternoon's shoot. I'd like to have enough ammo just in case a modern Alamo erupted. And that's just pragmatism. So I hope that the lesson being learned here is twofold, if I may. Number one, how stupid do you have to be not to be prepared for self-sufficiency and independence for at least a couple months?
Amen.
And if people are offended by that statement, good. Maybe that'll spur you on to not be dependent in the future. And number two, why is this horrible condition erupting? I'll tell you why. I'm just a guitar player, never went to college, too busy learning stuff. And what I learned is that the curse, the self-inflicted curse of apathy, allowed all past administrations in the United States government, follow me on this, Dana, we gave control of our medicine and antibiotics to the genocidal communist Chinese? Are you kidding me? I mean, what are we going to do, hire John Wayne Gacy to be in charge of the children's daycare center? I mean, this is absolute criminal corruption to the worst degree. So the communist genocidal tyrants of China control our basically the health and life and death of America because they control the antibiotics. The past thank God for Donald Trump. If this isn't divine intervention, I'm going to take Caitlin out to dinner tonight. This is bizarro world times 1,000. So I hope people are learning that we have to engage in the sacred experiment in self-government and elect people that have a sense of decency and constitutional authority, not people who will give our medical and life and death conditions over to the Chinese from now on.
Yes.
Hello?
That's a huge point, and I'm so glad that you mentioned that because it's something like 92% of everything that we need for antibiotics is all in China, all produced, manufactured. Not just that, but acetaminophen, vitamin C, ibuprofen. We have allowed, and that's a national security issue at this point. We've allowed them to completely take over that supply chain, and they've flirted with the idea of cutting us off just in their state newspapers just last week. I think
if anybody's listening, I know you drive this home all the time, and again, that's why we thank you. I bring you love from Shemaine and the whole Nugent family, and quite honestly, my band, my crew, my management, my team, my hunting buddies. We love that you represent the common sense that we sustain ourselves with every day, being independent, being creative, being an entrepreneur, work and earn our own way. Here's a radical one. Earn your own way, live within your means, and save for a rainy day.
Right.
Well, welcome to the worst rainy day I have ever witnessed, maybe that has ever existed this side of the bubonic plague and post 9/11 or Y2K, but this is the worst of the worst. And again, I'll repeat this. This is not taught in schools anywhere in America. Right. Earn your own way, which brings self-esteem and confidence and independence and happiness when you earn your own way. Live within your means. Don't buy a bunch of crap you don't need.
Right.
And save for a rainy day. What, am I weird?
No, I think you're right.
Obviously, people who are scrambling for toilet paper didn't save for a rainy day. So, I think there's some hardcore lessons that sometimes it takes a cultural sucker punch to wake goofy people up. So I hope the goofy people are waking up.
I tell you, Uncle Ted, one of the things I did last night was I walked into my pantry, and one whole side of it is I just refer to as that's the prepper part of my pantry. And I have my meal bars, and I have my water filtration, and I have, over the year, have collected some toilet paper. I have not gone to the store and purchased more than I needed for the week. I just, every now and then I'd get a little extra over actually it's been over a year. And I walked into that pantry last night, and I just turned on the light, and I stood and really just was in awe of what I had in there and how my husband sometimes would joke with me about hoarding. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm preparing because now we're not at the store. We're not the people that have to go do that, and we're not taking anything from anybody that needs it. And I felt good, and I went to bed.
Well, that's called independence. We're supposed to declare our independence. And what you looked at, I bet you had a really cute little grin on your face knowing that some people actually make fun of so-called, independent people. And I suppose you could use the word hoarder, but it's mostly preppers. Who's not prepared? Who goes to the store for a fire extinguisher when the flames erupt? You're supposed to have one. And that's
I got
same
two.
with the firearms. You're supposed to have one so that you don't become the same victim of the people who are guaranteed to be victims when you choose to be unarmed and helpless. So there's a huge sucker punch of wake-up pragmatism and utilitarian self-sufficiency going on here, and mostly in this most dramatic form worth repeating, that we have allowed government criminal goons to control our country, and they gave our life and death determining medical and antibiotic control to the freaks in China. We can't do this anymore. May I repeat the greatest president in the history of America, America first. He's renegotiating all these horrible anti-American contracts around the globe so that America can benefit. We are energy independent, and we damn well better put it on the fast track to become medical and antibiotic independent.
Yes.
And that's just the author of Wango Tango's presumption. But it's so obvious,
accurate.
it's ridiculous.
Before we go, because I know that you can really tell this to people. I want explain to people how, because and it's not just the antibiotics that we've given over to. A lot of people in the United States have given in to that instant gratification and cheap product at the expense of cheap labor and getting everything from overseas, from China, etc. Tell everybody the importance of making sure that they're doing their due diligence and buying American. Even if it means a few dollars more, it's worth it to make sure that we are controlling that and keeping that within the states.
Well, first of all, let me emphasize that very important point you're bringing up. I think it may be, Dana, is that not the most important point when we want to be America first, America strong, American independence? But I'm currently selling tens of thousands of hats that say, "Re-elect that mofo."
I've seen them.
It came as a cute little moment at a hunting camp. And I sit out in the shop and I sign thousands of these hats that you can see at my website or on Facebook. And people want these hats, and some of the people complain that the hats were made in China. Well, I don't order hats. I just sign them. I have people that order and ship. But when they criticize me for having a hat made other than in America, I say, you mean like all the medicines and the life-saving drugs that you give your family that were bought from Chinese people? We have got to get on the fast track to be America first in everything we do. And I know it's not easy because a lot of the goods that we all consume come from foreign countries because past administrations have negotiated on behalf of enriching themselves both monetarily and politically. And now we have, I think Donald Trump is as close to Ted Nugent as you'll ever get in political office. And this guy has to be supported. So we, the people, have got to raise hell with our elected employees more now than ever to support and work with Donald Trump as the president to renegotiate all contracts that benefit American workers, American business, American entrepreneurs, ultimately American consumers, because as we have now attained energy independence, we have to attain American independence from all other countries ASAP. So this is a difficult time we're in with the coronavirus. But it's also a sucker punch. It's like Barack Obama becoming president woke up a lot of conservatives that you can't let people who hate America into the White House anymore.
Right.
So we got our guy there, and I hope that we raise hell with our elected employees to support Donald Trump, President Trump, make sure we re-elect that mofo come November, and not let these America haters negotiate where America is not even considered in the negotiations, Democrats.
Amen to that. You can watch him, Spirit of the Wild, tednugent.com. He does have an upcoming best redacted tour ever. That's that I know this summer I want to get out to see Ted Nugent. Always a pleasure to have you on, my patriotic countryman. I appreciate you, appreciate your voice, and thank you for the encouragement and support. And we'll all get through this together. We will. God bless you, my friend. God bless the fam.
God bless the Lash family. Say hi to Chris and the boys for me, and you take care of yourself. God bless America.